What's up, everybody? This is Boston Balloon 30. Hopefully this will be our third video if I can get this thing centered proper. I don't know why I don't want to center today, but so yeah, we're doing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I cannot seem to get this camera centered proper, and it is driving me up the wall. It worked fine last time, though. That's just weird. Yep. Bane of my existence, that it is. I mean, trying to fix this here camera. I don't mean the game. So, I'm wondering how everybody's doing. I haven't been on in a while, and I'm sorry about that. I've been meaning to do another video and just haven't been able to get around to it. Or rather, haven't had the wherewithal to get around to it. I shouldn't say I haven't been able. I haven't been, I've had a lot going on. Stand, you pain in the rear. I wonder if, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So this thing is cool. This tripod-y type thing I got is like retractable, or collapsible, I guess is the term. It's pretty cool. Oh, hang on, you know what I'm doing? So this is going to be a very real video, and what I mean by that is you're going to see all my mistakes. So, like I said, we're doing one of the older Black Ops Call of Duty games, doing Black Ops Cold War, because that's the one I got. In fact, hang on, what if I, nope. Man, this thing is redonk. You don't want to stand for nothing. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything, as the old saying goes. Oh, hang on. You know what I can do? I'm gonna. Yep, y'all are getting to see. I don't show my face, but y'all are getting to see the house. Please stand. Please stand. You giant pain in the rear. So we're gonna just a tiny bit. Nope. You know what? That's the weirdest thing. It stands up better when you don't have the thingy in the floor. Okay, let's see. Again, my apologies for this taking so long. This is a giant... You all think it's annoying for you. Imagine being the guy having to fix it. So maybe I get out of my chair and see if I can... Yeah. So if anybody... That's about the best we're going to get today. So, yeah. Like I said, we're doing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I'm starting off with the I think it's called the Magnum revolver, Dream Crasher to be exact, but it's a variant of the Magnum revolver. And here we go. We're gonna be getting us some zombies today. Yes, make Requiem proud. I'm gonna start with the knife. Melee, y'all. Man, if I get mugged by one of those super enemies or whatever early on, I'm going to be ticked. So, that may be a little loud, so let me see if I can adjust the, immediately. It's really funny, I started with the Magnum, but I've got a 1911. What's the deal with that? Why don't I just get to use my Magnum? That was odd, wasn't it, kids? I think I'm going to... adjust the volume. Is it too loud or too low? I ain't sure. So if anybody has any if y'all let me know if it's too loud or too low or whatever. So I understand this game might be controversial to some with all that's been going on in the world, and let me tell you that is definitely not my intent. I do not even get into geopolitics. I don't like it. I don't like all the stuff going on any side of any of these wars. I don't like all the fighting. I'm burnt out. I used to be, about 20 years ago, I was real, no, 20 years, like, when I was, yeah, probably about, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I was much more gung-ho about military stuff, but nowadays I'm really just very, I guess I'm an isolation, I don't know if I'm something between an isolationist and a non-interventionist, and again, I'm trying not to say anything controversial, and I'm not gonna, I just don't want to show support for war in general. I think if it's a defensive war, that's one thing, but if it's all this fighting over land and stuff is driving me up the wall, I understand that's how countries are formed, sadly, because conquest is how countries are formed, but I'm not going to show support for either side of anything, because I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of all the fighting and the arguing, bloodshed, so I'm definitely not going to tell anybody what they need to feel or think or any of that stuff, because that ain't my job. But yeah, I'm just saying if this game offends you, you might want to watch a different one of my videos because I love. It's funny. I hate war, but I love military-based games and movies and books and things like that. I read a lot of spy novels. I love that stuff. But I obviously don't like war in real life, and anybody who does, that's a them problem. That's they need to examine themselves. But yeah, if anybody thinks that this is meant to be a statement, it's not. So my apologies if anything I've said offended anybody. But I just want to say I'm just playing this game because I like this game. I'm not playing it to make any kind of an anti anybody or pro anybody statement. But let's just get on with it because politics is a waste of time. Socio-political stuff is a waste of time. Let's just get these zombs. But yeah, I love this game. I've always loved Call of Duty. It hasn't always loved me. Let's say it's like me and spicy food. Ooh, did I just get 3 of them with 1 strike? Boom. Well, sorta. That bonus points thing always throws me off. Like, how many bonus points are we getting? Hurry up. Booyah! I really don't. There's another reason I don't like those grenades. They just take too long to do one thing. So is it... I'm going to adjust it just a tad. If this angle is bothering y'all, let me know. Like I said, I've been playing Call of Duty games for a long time. I mean, this game makes me feel old, man. I think that I first played a zombie. I think it was 2010 when... Y'all feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but was it 2010 when Black Ops came out, or was it 2011 or 20... I want to say it was either 2010 or 2011, because it was one of the first M-rated games I ever got when I had an Xbox 360, because my parents... Again, I love my parents, but we just had we had a set of rules in our house, and we didn't play M-rated games. And I wasn't even... I started learning a long time ago that, people complain about video games. I don't mean the parents. I'm talking about all these committees and stuff. That just... my parents raised us not to play or watch nasty stuff. I didn't go to clubs when I was a kid. I didn't party, and I'm proud of my parents nowadays for doing that, because I'm like, man, I don't want to be a part of that stuff anyway. But what? Thought I got you, y'all. Well, we're going to have to start over now. But yeah, I tell them all the time, when I was a kid, it used to frustrate me, but the older I get, the more I look at the way little kids act. It's like, well, I'm kind of glad I wasn't going out partying and playing nasty games and stuff as a kid. But this game, especially this mode, is so unrealistic. I don't see how it is supposed to be, how it really is offensive. And again, I don't I don't intend to offend anybody. So if this game offends people, then you might just want to watch another. If me playing this game offends you or scares you or something, you might want to find a new Let's Play, because I love FPS games. There it goes, making that weird sound again. We're not going to just give up. That was definitely some of my worst work. So we're going back and we're going to do it again. And I might want to not start off with a... maybe don't start off with... Well, actually, I do want to start with the revolver because I like to test myself. And I also want to get that thing... The interesting thing about this game is each weapon... If you don't know, and I apologize to those that do, for the monotony or the repetitiveness or whatever. I know you guys probably know. I'm sure y'all know this who played this. Each weapon, each individual weapon levels up as your character levels up, but also each individual weapon levels up as well, and the individual perks and that stuff that all levels up as well. So I'm trying to level up all the weapons, and I'm focusing on the Magnum right now. And there's something cool about revolvers. I mean, I've fired guns in real life. I like revolvers. I'll tell you one thing about revolvers, is when you fire revolvers, it's very easy to be accurate with, especially long-barreled revolvers, when you're doing, when I say that, I'm not implying violence. I'm talking about competition shooting, target shooting, plinking, which is where it's like just shooting for fun. like would be if you were raised in the South, you probably, I should say, I don't like to make broad generalizations, but if you were raised in the South, you might have you might have been sat outside shooting a 22 rifle at a soda can or an old soup can with your granddad or your dad or your uncle or somebody in your family. Maybe it was your grandma or your mom. I don't know. You know, I ain't gonna be sexist about it. But I was raised not with a bunch of guns around me, but I was raised being taught how to shoot by my grandfather. And mostly I just did it for fun. I just really loved going out with, he had this old bolt, he still has it, this old bolt action 22. I think he said he had it since he was 12 years old. It was one of the first guns he got, and it works like a charm. Very accurate. And granted, it's old, it ain't the fancy, you know, and when I say adjustable sights, I mean like the modern adjustable sights where they're like, where you can like take the sight off and replace it and all that stuff. It's an old iron sight where you take a pair of, I think they're pliers, and you pull the things to adjust them. You drop a laser down the barrel, you would line it with a laser. But I learned how to shoot with that. It's an old single shot 22 rifle, and I loved that gun. But I was not raised to be violent or to engage in fighting or anything like that. I just really love target shooting and plinking, and it's just fun for me. And I love the study of guns, but I do not, I don't like getting political with it because it's a waste of time trying to convince anybody. Like, if you don't like guns, you're probably not going to be convinced to love guns, and if you do love guns, you're not going to be convinced to not love guns, most likely. So I don't want to let this, I've said this before, I do not want to ever let this channel delve into a political thing, but I just say I love guns, and it freaks people out instantly, because they're like, you want to hurt somebody, and I was like, no, I just really like the study and science and use of firearms for plinking and sport reasons and such as that. Funny enough, I don't dislike, funny enough, my character's using a revolver here. I don't dislike revolvers, but I typically lean more towards semi-autos like 1911s and Glocks and that kind of thing when I've gotten a chance to shoot, I mean. But I have shot revolvers, and they are fun. And a lot of people say they can be a lot easier to shoot than, they're easier to get used to shooting than, again, I don't mean this is true in every sense, but from what I understand, they can be easier to learn basic stuff with because they're not as, and again, modern guns are really not as complex as they used to be, and that's the beauty of it. The simplicity is the beauty of it, isn't it? But a lot of modern, you got your, I don't know what you call them, your Wonder 9s, your Glocks and your 6 Hours, and I love that stuff. I love the new 6 Hour, or the newest 6 Hour, or I don't know if it is the newest. I think the newest is I want to say the newest is the P365, but like the P320, the one that the military uses now, I've shot that thing at least once, and it is so comfortable and it's just fun to shoot. And when you say that, though, people are like, oh, you want to hurt somebody. It's like, no, it's just really fun to go and get a paper target and just, you know, go at a paper target like that. I do not endorse violence towards anybody unless it's defensive violence, and that, like, if you're being attacked or something. I do not endorse violence towards people. I do not endorse violence towards groups. I would much rather not get involved with any of that. Oh, this person deserves this and this person deserves that. Now, when I was a kid, I was a bit different, but the older I get, the more I'm like, well, maybe we should just leave everybody alone, you know? But sadly, that's asking a lot from humanity. Maybe I'm not quite as cynical as I used to be, but I am definitely a cynic. But I used to be real gung-ho about, oh, if we have a country we're at war with, let's go to war. And the older I get, the more I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't go to war over every little thing. You know, a little diplomacy doesn't hurt if you know how to do it. But again, I'm not going to let this channel devolve into I'm right, you're wrong. I also don't want to insult my viewers, what few viewers I may have. And if y'all are new to the channel, then thank you for watching. But I'm not going to let this channel devolve into that, because I've watched too many videos where it's like, oh, I love it. And then they're like, well, if you do this and this, you're a bad person. And it's like, you shouldn't talk down to your audience, you know? It's not a great idea to badmouth or talk down to your audience about their beliefs. But anyway, sorry about the rant there. But yes, I do love this game, and I know that it is probably going to freak some people out, me playing this, because they're going to think I just love violence. But it's like, no, I just love this game. And I've been playing Call of Duty, like I said, since I probably played it when I was a teenager, but I know I've been playing what's the word? Consistently, at least since the first Black Ops game came out, which is, golly, it's crazy to think that's been 13 years ago, I think. Because I got in fact, I remember, I think it was like, or no, was it 20, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, was it 2011 or 2010 when Black Ops 1 came out? I can't remember. But yeah, if anybody has played this game or enjoys this game or has played any other Call of Duty games, if you're willing, drop in the comments. Tell me what your favorite Call of Duty game is. Bonus points. Where they at? Oh, here we go. It's anybody else. If you play this, you notice that the zombies will disappear as soon as you get double points or bonus points. They'll just be gone. I hate the dogs, man. We're all stars now in the dog show. Yeah, anybody ever notice, especially in this game, when you get double points or bonus points, the zombies are just like, nope, I'm out, I'm hopping, I'm done, bye-bye. And it's like, what's the point of having bonus points and double points if there ain't no zombies to get, you know? But yeah, I still wish, what was I saying? Yes. So here's my little, I don't know if I'd say rant, but here's one of my history lessons I'll give you guys. Like I said, I do enjoy firearms, and I do enjoy the study, and I do enjoy the use, and I do not mean that I enjoy violence towards other people. I enjoy sporting use and plinking and just go out to the range and shoot at a target, or go out to your backyard and pop a can off of a fence post, you know, that kind of thing. Can't believe I made that shot. Huh. Could be doing better, could be doing worse, somewhere in the middle, where I seem to be much of my life. But I remember getting my grandfather this old, really cool old single shot 22 rifle he taught me to shoot with. And later on, much later on, he got this really, and my grandfather's still with us, thank the Lord, my grandfather's still, and I do not say that to say God's name in vain. I mean literally, I thank the Lord my grandparents are still with us. If your grandparents are still with you, be real glad your grandparents are still with you. My grandfather taught me to shoot. He had this old single shot 22 rifle that was very accurate. I mean it was accurate, like people, or nowadays they're used to their adjustable sights and all that, and they're, and again, I'm not against that. I'm just saying that's what I was raised learning how to shoot with, was this old, I can't remember if I don't know if it's I'm gonna sound like such an idiot. I can't remember if it's a Remington or what it is, but it's an old single shot 22. Really cool really cool old gun. And my grandfather taught me to shoot with that. Ooh, what's this? Booyah! I could have swore I heard one right next to me. Don't swear, kids. But yeah, my grandfather taught me to shoot. He had this old, I can't remember if it was he would know what it was. I can't remember if it was a Remington or what it was, but I know he used, at times, Remington brand ammunition. I remember that. I remember him having Winchester white box ammo, and he had some kind of Remington ammo that I don't know, like, the name of the exact item name itself, but it was some Remington brand ammo, and he taught me to shoot with that 22, and man, was it fun. And then later he got this, much later he got this, or a few years later he got this 22, I think it was it's like a 6 or 7 shot 22 pistol, little pocket gun, and that's how I learned how to shoot a pistol. And he has a lot of 22s. He's got like at least two or three different 22 caliber revolvers, and one's a 22 Magnum, and the other one's a 22 long rifle, and those are different I mean, well, technically they're the same caliber, different bullets, basically, from what I've read. And then he got this, just not one of the newer guns he got. He's got this really cool like breakdown or takedown model 22, where you can literally, like, in like 2 moves, take the gun apart, put it back together, and you can put it in this little case, and it's for like hunting varmint hunting and whatnot. And it's just real fun to go out, and if you weren't raised doing it, I implore you to give it a shot. Go to a range, ask for a 22, and just if you're able to in your state, go give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to promote violence towards anybody, but if you want to have when I had a good time. I wasn't into baseball and football and soccer and basketball and all that stuff, but man, when I got to go to a target range and pop off a few 22 rounds, man, that was just fun. And it wasn't about violence towards anybody. It wasn't about hurting anybody. It's just about popping a can off of it's popping a can off a fence post, shooting at a one thing he taught me, he would set up these those tin pie pans, pie plates, whatever they're called, and we would shoot that with it's called rat shot or varmint shot. It's real similar to similar concept to buckshot or bird shot, but for much smaller game, and it looks like a bullet, but it spews out like a shell would. It goes, and it's a lot of fun to use, but it's one of those. I started noticing it was funny because I'm not going to say I started off a good shot, but I was having a real off day this one point. Let me phrase it, I'd gotten better as I'd learned how to shoot, which is what, it's any skill you learn. And one day I was just having a real off day shooting the rifle, and then he'd been putting regular, rounds, regular 22 bullets into it, and then he gave me this, he showed me this, I just couldn't hit anything, and I was getting real down about it. And he goes, okay, hang on a second. He brings out this, again, I think it's called rat shot, but it's literally for like squirrels and like you get a pest animal in your barn and you pop. It's typically, I think it's very often used in like a pocket pistol type 22, and man, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna say you can't miss, but it's a lot harder to miss with that stuff than it is with the regular bullet or regular round, I guess I should say, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, just go to a range and ask for a 20. If you're able to in your state, your town, whatever, go to a range and ask for a 22. If you haven't shot before, just ask for a 22 rifle or a 22 pistol, and just shoot it at do some sport shooting, do some target shooting. It's a lot of fun. But I guess I sound like the way people try to convince me to do football and baseball and all that. I never really got into it because I didn't. Not because I hate everybody who's into it. I just don't understand it. Now, it's people be like, man, you should go out and not join the you should go play baseball with such and such, and I'm like, I'm not even sure I understand what's going on, but I do actually like to hit. Funny enough, whenever I get a chance, I do like to hit. Like if somebody's willing to pitch to me and they're not pitching like super crazy. But with guns, that's the sport I guess I got into. I never got into baseball or football or basketball or any of that stuff because it just bored me out of my mind. Again, not speaking to people like it, it's just not my thing. But if you ever get a chance, and if you've never gotten a chance and you get a chance, go to a range because it's just fun, and you can learn a lot. And if you're afraid of firearms and you're afraid of all this stuff, the best thing to do is learn about it and learn firsthand by just doing some harmless sport shooting. I know some people are going to be turned off by me saying that, but I ain't. I mean, I'm going to tell you my objective here is not to offend anybody. I'm just saying I enjoy it, and if you want to learn, that's just a good way to learn. But yes, I do think it's interesting how the in video games they always give guns these like, in movies they do it too. They give guns these like mythical statuses of being able to like throw people through a brick wall. Like if you've ever seen what was it? Dirty Harry, and it shows him using a .44 Magnum, and it's like throwing people 40 feet backwards and all that stuff. I would say that's very unrealistic. Why is there a thing here? There's no gun on this wall. Oh, look at that, another revolver. Ooh, look at that, kids. Wait, did I just drop? Well, hang on a minute. Why did I do that? That was stupid of me. I forgot I didn't have the three. What is that thing called? The three. I thought I had the 3-gun upgrade. But yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for any different Call of Duty games, because this isn't old. I mean, it's not the oldest one, but it's not new either. This is, like I said, this is Black Ops Cold War, and I got to play one of the. I can't remember if it was. I honestly can't remember which Call of Duty game it was, but I think it was a slightly newer one at a friend's house recently. He's a PlayStation guy. I'm an Xbox guy. Again, no hate. Excuse me, I haven't been feeling great lately. No hate towards anybody for what their preferred system is. It's just I'm just more accustomed to the. I've grown more accustomed to the Xbox interface. And anyway, but my buddy, I played one of the. I can't remember what the name of the game is, but it's a newer. I can't remember if it was which Call of Duty game it was, but it's one of the. Man, I can't remember which one it was, but it had a really cool zombies mode, and they had the what is it, the gumballs, like that's how you got your upgrades, was you ate these gumball things, which was pretty interesting. It seemed very different to me, and I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, I remember playing at my buddy's house, and he's really good. Like he actually, here, funny enough, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to. I'm not even gonna say. I mean, I don't even say my real name on the channel, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to name names and invade anybody's privacy and that stuff. But he was in the military, or I think still is in the military. I think. And if you are in the military, I will say thank you for your service. I do respect military personnel very much. I used to have kind of an idol worship thing when I was a kid about that. I just thought being in the military would be such a cool thing, and I couldn't even get in. I actually tried to join the Marines when I was very young, and I was like 21, or I think I was 20 or 21 years old, and I tried to join the Marines. I couldn't even get past the phone call. So, but I have a very high amount of respect. I do not, although I do not support, the saying is I don't support the war, I support those fighting it. I don't support the idea of war. I don't like the idea of constantly fighting people and endless war and all that. I hate it. But I have a great amount of respect for the men and women who go out and are willing to sacrifice for our country. They not only their I said livelihood. Not only their lives, but also their time with their families, and yes, their families have to sacrifice a lot. And I have so much respect for people that are willing to do that. I mean, like I said, I couldn't even get past the phone call. So for me, whenever I meet somebody who's military, I'm like, oh man, I still have this kiddish kind of thing where I'm like, oh, that must be such a cool job. But then I start thinking, well, there's probably aspects of it. But I just will say all respect to people who are willing to go and serve our country that way. You have nothing but my respect when it comes to that goal, that intention, that act of serving our country and protecting us. But like I said, I know that it's never going to be. I don't ever want to glorify war as much, and people say that's what video games do. They glorifies war, and I'm like, well, if it was too realistic, it'd be pretty scary, wouldn't it? The older I get, the more I'm like, I would hope people say, oh, this game's unrealistic. I'm like, good, I want it unrealistic. I don't want it to be what it's actually like. That'd be scary. But yeah, when it came to this game, and what was it? There's Call of Duty, and I'm probably getting this not wrong, but can't think of it off the top of my head. There's 3 military game franchises that are very, like, they're seen as competition for each other. There's Call of Duty, Call of Duty, oh my goodness. You ever do that where your mind just blanks out on something? Battlefield, Call of Duty, Medal of Honor. That's what it is. And those are like, that I know of, they're like the 3 like most popular like military type games, or at least the 3 most well known military type video games. And I remember that there was this big thing about which one was, that people would say, oh, this game, one, I don't remember which, but they'd be like, Battlefield is more realistic than Call of Duty, or Medal of Honor is more realistic than Battlefield. And again, I don't know how true any of that is, but that's what I used to get told all the time by people who were really into the games. And they would kind of, man, I get that gun all the time. I don't need to use that one too often. Bad placement, my dude. I should have said my dog. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, I know there's a big debate about which game is more realistic. What am I doing? Thought I had that thing. I keep thinking I have that thing, but I don't. Okay, I know I hear it. Sorry, folks, I have to turn up a little. What the? Well, that's annoying. Whew, sorry about that, folks. I know I can hear the machine. The box is up here somewhere. I can hear it. I know I can hear that box thing. It's like a reward box thing. If y'all, I know y'all have already seen it. Why am I telling you that? You guys have probably played this. But yes, if anybody has any recommendations for military type games that maybe are not as well known, I'd like to hear them in the comments, because, you know, oh, there we go. If it's just like, because I mean, everybody, like I said, I think pretty much everybody's heard of Call of Duty and Call of Duty and Medal of Honor and Battlefield. And I've played, what was that one I played? It was called like Homefront, I think. I think it was called Homefront. And it was really good, but it was also really hard to, when I say hard, I mean like emotionally kind of hard to watch. It was very it was a game that will pull at your heartstrings, let's say. I think it's called Homefront. Give me that. Some people tell me not to get that. That I'm not going to say the name of it because I know somebody will get mad. But that certain power up, because it you actually lose a lot of points using that instead of just doing like this. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. Dang it. That was too close, wasn't it, kids? Whoop. Second win. Here we go. What a waste. Whew. Well, you can, but it's difficult. Yes. I know I can hear something jingling or something, but can't find it. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. Well, ain't that a kick in the head. Okay, I don't know why it's making me... If anybody's had this issue while playing any FPS game, but particularly Call of Duty, let me know, because for some reason they're making it real difficult to use my melee attack. And, oh, okay, you gotta pay a lot for that. Okay. So, like I said, if anybody has played any maybe lesser known war type games, military based games, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear your recommendations, or just hear your experiences, whichever. Again, I'm trying to keep this channel really non-controversial, I guess, and I'm not saying I won't ever say anything controversial. I mean, that's just kind of, sadly, I fear that's kind of the world we live in now. Not to sound too cynical, but I have a tendency, I used to really be outspoken about things, and I try not to be as much anymore. I still have my beliefs, I still have my views on things, but I've had to really work at not allowing my views to become my identity, I guess. And I kind of only noticed it, maybe not only, I started really noticing it maybe within the last like 5 years or so, maybe. I mean, I think I started noticing it earlier than that, but I really took note. Let me say, I really took notice of it about within the last 5-6 years. I'd say, yeah, probably the last 5-6 years. And I've gotten very, a lot of times I've gotten better responses than others, and then other times I've gotten really bad responses about how I don't care about our country and all that. And I tell them, oh, I do. I just don't think that I should allow my political views to become my identity. And again, I will not let this channel devolve into that, because I've seen a lot of channels where it starts off great and then they start just saying ugly stuff about people, and it's just like number one, you don't want to insult your viewers, and I just don't want to be that guy. That I also don't want to be. I don't want to intentionally be I'm probably going to say some things that are controversial, not because I want to. I'm just saying that seems to be the nature of the beast nowadays, right? But I don't want to intentionally say controversial things trying to stir up, trying to get views, because that's just, to me, that's just stupid, for lack of better phrasing. Not doing too good with the critical hits this time. That's why I've only got 42.95. Not too bad, but I could be doing better. But yeah, I don't like all the controversy and the fighting. I don't like it. I hate arguing with people. I hate when people are looking for fights all the time. I think that's just a waste of everybody's time. There we go, buddy. Oh wait, there's a dog. That's like one of those guys on one of those hunting shows, don't I? Oh look, he's over there. Get him. Look, he's right there. He's over there in those trees. Yeah. Again, I'm not anti-hunting. It's just, in the words of Ron White, it's really cold, it's really early, I don't want to go. I went hunting once, thought I was going to freeze to death. I wouldn't say I had a bad experience, but I didn't have a great experience. And then I saw one deer the whole time, and then the guy I was hunting with looks at me and he's like, don't get it. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, that's the whole point of coming out here. He goes, it would have been a waste to get that deer, because I wanted a deer that was, I wanted, as much as this will probably offend people, I wanted the whole experience of hunting. I wanted the trophy on the wall, the, process the meat or whatever it's called. I wanted the whole 9 yards. And we were out there for like, I don't know how long, but it had to have been like, I want to say it was like 3 to 5 hours probably. I mean, it was a long enough time that I was getting cold, buddy. And again, like I said, I am not anti-hunting. I'm just not good at hunting. I used to tell people I'm not anti-sports. I'm just not into sports. And so when it comes to that, it's like, people are like, oh, hunting is wrong. It hurts animals. It's like, well, but I'm not going to get into that, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I just don't hunt, not because I'm against it, but I'm just not that tough. And I got buddies who, they grew up with that stuff even more than I did. I grew up around it due to relatives, but I just didn't grow up participating, I guess is what I'm trying to say. How did I not? Oh, she froze. I'm like, how did that not get her? I said her because that zombie looked like a female. Oop. How did I miss that shot? Man, I hate doing this mission. I mean, not mission, but this task. I don't want to say what I thought it sounded like she said right there, because it would be very offensive and probably get my video banned. But I thought she said something that sounded very strange right there, is what I will say. Hmm? Oh, it's different. Usually it's a monkey in there. Turn him into a crate of fruit? Whew, that's frustrating. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it turn him into a crate of fruit. I've seen it take the monkey and kind of change his basic look. I mean, he's still it still shows him as a monkey, but I don't think I've ever seen it turn him into a dang fruit crate of looks like oranges or papayas or something. I ain't sure what that is. Whoo boy. Sorry. Man, my accuracy ain't too good this time, is it, kids? This is probably my least, well, maybe not my, it's one of my least favorite things to do in this game is these escort missions. They just drive me nuts. My patience is not... My patience is not great at the best of times, and this is not... my patience with this game in particular has suffered. It's funny. It's like, I don't want to make a joke about, you know, I'm not even going to mention it because that joke will get me into trouble. But it's like a relationship you don't want to be in. Let's say that. Like, there's moments where it's fun, and then there's moments where you just want to pull your hair out. And that's about the most I'm going to say on that. Ooh. Get on! Get on! Redneck slipped out there, didn't it? And I think I've said before, yes, I'm not going to tell anybody exactly where I'm from, but I am from the South, and I used to get told by Southerners that I sounded like I was from New York, and the older I get, the more I feel like I'm getting a bit of a Southern accent. Yeah. Oh, that should have been considered a headshot. Yeah, we know. Go on. Get on! Get on!
One last push. We can finish this.
Oh, great. What is that?
Enemies demolished. Army contact. Yeah.
Ooh, man, I'm sick of this. I am not outside safe escort parameters. Calm your jets, kids. Let's go! Get it, yeet! I should have stuck with this. That thing would have demolished them zombs. I know what somebody's going to say, I'm wasting ammo, but sometimes I like to test it. See how good of a shot I am. Like I said, I really wish they'd... If anybody's ever played a game that has a features of Browning high power or some firearm that's not usually featured in games, because you see the 1911 a lot in games, and again I love 1911s, but there's something about Browning high powers that's just very intriguing to me. But you never see them in game. I shouldn't say never. I think they were in. And correct me if I'm wrong on this too. I want to say either one of the Max Payne games or. I think it was, I played Max Payne 3, and I think it was in that, but I may be wrong. So if anybody knows which game, well, if it was that game, feel free to correct me, because I know that there were, I want to say, I'm pretty sure there were 1911s in that game, but I want to say, I think that they also had Browning high powers, but again, I'm not sure. And I know they had a lot of guns in the Max Payne game. Max Payne 3 in particular is what I mean. But, if anybody's wondering why I'm sticking with this, if I haven't already said, I'm trying to get this gun leveled up to its fullest or whatever, maxed out, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I really got to get some new. What's the word I'm looking for? MP5. Again, nothing against the MP5, but just ammo full. Really? Oh, you can't have. I guess it'd be unfair to have spare ammo with a gun this powerful. Yes. So, got him. Got him, Zeke. Zeke. Anybody, if anybody knows that joke, feel free to let people know in the comments if anybody knows where that joke came from. Most people my age probably won't, but I watched a lot of stand-up comedy. I've watched a lot of stand-up comedy for years. Excuse me, I've had an off and on thing with the... It's not the vid, I just have chest congestion in general. It's acid reflux. You drink 6 to 10 Cokes a day for 5 years or more, you're probably going to end up with a problem like that. And that's what I did. Whoa, got him. Can't believe that actually worked. Well, I guess I can believe it, but I usually try to get the Simtex to actually hit one of the attach itself to one of the zombies. So I thought, oh no, it's going to be a total waste of Simtex right there, baby. Man, I really kind of think it is strange how this game seems to have this. I mean, this particular Call of Duty game. I mean, I'm not talking about Call of Duty in general, but this particular one seems to have an issue with the zombies will just disappear for a long time, and you're like, where are the zombies? And then it's like, oh, they're on the other side of the map. I'm used to it being where they're just all over the place all the time. So I don't know if it's a new mechanic to give people more of a break or what, but whoa. Can't believe I missed that shot. Wait a minute. Yeah, in this game, I'd say the C4 is my favorite lethal throwable or whatever you want to call it, and then my second favorite is the Simtex grenades. It used to be, I would say it used to be the, back a long time ago, it used to be the Tomahawk, because you could retrieve it, and it did a lot of damage, and you could retrieve it and just keep using it over and over. So you weren't having to constantly, or if you were good enough at retrieving it, you weren't having to constantly, or I should say if you were good enough, it was pretty easy to retrieve. Now if there's a bunch of zombies come at you once, that's another thing, but... Okay, I don't know how that didn't count as a long shot kill. I'm trying to find that, Oh, insta-kill, right. I was like, wait a minute. My brain kind of went for a minute there, didn't it, kids? Ooh. Don't throw your valuables in the toilet, kids. What is that? Okay, let me see how... Oh, level 34, that's not too bad. Okay, what are we looking for here? Because I know we're looking for something. What I need to find is that machine so I can get the 3... I can't remember what it's called, but it's where you can... It's the upgrade where you can carry 3 weapons at once. But yes, it's an interesting game, but I know that it's controversial because it's a war related. It's related to war, and I don't ever want to be that guy that's just controversy for controversy's sake. Pardon me, I've got something. I haven't been feeling terribly great for the last 4 or 5 days. Actually, I've been feeling terribly great for the last week, it seems. know I heard. Oh, there we go. I'm always trying to go for those headshots in this game. Gotta be careful how I say that too. I don't want people thinking I'm crazy. I will think that anyway. So, oh, I don't know how that wasn't a long shot kill. That was. Man, I wonder where the line of demarcation is for those. Missed.
I shoot to kill.
I need to get that Deadshot daiquiri thing so I can get the critical hits easier. Oh, I thought that was a shiny. I thought that was what is that called? That stuff called? I thought that was essence. Okay, we gotta find.
Marking rally point.
Okay, marking rally point. Oh, I thought it was behind me. Okay, cool. I was actually pointing towards it. Yes, so this game is I know is going to be controversial, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but if you don't like the game, you don't have to watch. Is what I say. And I don't say that to bash my viewers for different views or anything. I'm just saying I don't want to. If you think you'll be offended, I just wouldn't recommend watching it. If you're offended by this kind of stuff, whoop! I just passed something. Ah, there we go.
BDA 1 down. I am great.
Ooh, I like that one better. Yeah. At least the I like the sight better. I mean. Okay, where is? Oh, here we go. I hate finding this thing. It's always like at the weirdest spot. At the weirdest spot. It's hard to find. And they always put it like, there we go.
They are even-made flesh.
Okay. I think I want to do that. Ooh, yeah. That's the ticket. Sorry, I've been feeling, like I said, I've been feeling kind of under the weather, or no, very under the weather lately.
Marking rally point.
Is there not a zoom in on this map?
Setting waypoint.
Ah, missed it. Private eye. It's funny, I turned Dream Crasher into Private Eye. Well, apparently it helped quite a bit too. Oh man. I better rack up some points so I can do this. That was close, kids. Always let this be a lesson to you. Always pay attention to your surroundings. I know that. Yep, about. Just a little over halfway there. Is that an enemy? What is that? Tell me that thing is... Okay. Anybody else ever do that where you're playing and you think you see one of the dogs and then it's just some rando, I don't know, piece of paint on the wall or something? But yeah, I do find this game amusing, but I've played a lot of Call of Duty games, and it can get, like any game, it can get monotonous, but I don't understand the hate between, like, the rivalry of what is it, Call of Duty versus Battlefield versus Medal of Honor. Other than, you know, one may be a little more realistic than the other. But for me, I'm just like, you know, if the game's fun, it's fun. You know, I'm one of those guys, like, if I enjoy the game... Now, if they get, like, I read books, and I don't, like, I'm kind of that way about books. Like, I read a lot of thriller novels, spy thrillers, police thrillers, action thrillers, whatever, you know, what would, if it was a movie, it would be called an action movie, probably. I've read Lee Child, Brad Thor, who, their stuff would make great video games, honestly. If you like Splinter Cell, and I may have mentioned this in a video before, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but if you like Splinter Cell, or Ghost Recon, I mean, shoot, Tom Clancy, his name is actually on, although he actually said he didn't have as much to do with those games, really. It was more like, I want to think he was a consultant or something on the first view, but mostly his name was just put up there for as a selling point. But if you've ever played like Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six or any of that, now that one, I think, Rainbow Six, I think, was actually based on a Tom Clancy novel. But in fact, I know it was, but what else did they do? They did Rainbow Six, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, Hawks, The Division, and I want to think there was one or two more games. But anyway, if you've ever played a Tom Clancy game, you might want to check out some of his books as well. Although I will admit I'm not gonna say they're bad, they're just slow. There's a lot of very intricate detail in his books, and they're very good. They're just very, if you're not into the detail, you might not. But if you are, if you're into learning about how that kind of stuff works, you would probably, I would highly recommend Tom Clancy. But I read all the time and I have trouble reading them. But in fact, I had my own business, and he passed. Tom Clancy passed the year I started my business, actually, I think it was 2013. Sadly, and then we actually just lost another great writer who I really like, Tim Dorsey. But sorry for the segue there. But yes, if you've ever played a Tom Clancy game and then you're a kid and you're like, oh, who's Tom Clancy? And it's like, oh, Splinter Cell, that's awesome. And you get older, you're like, oh, he wrote a book. He wrote a bunch of books. But it's interesting that they didn't turn more of his books, like more of the actual books, into games, just because of again, a lot of it's very intricate and very very complex and can be kind of, I'm gonna just turn around just a little. There we go. Again, I apologize for the poor camera angle. I cannot seem to keep it at the angle I want it to be at. So if that's bugging you, then my deepest apologies, sincerest apologies, and I'm not being funny there. It bugs me when I watch a video too, and the angle, anything's a little bit off, like the angle, it just drives me up the wall, because I'm kind of OCD about stuff like that. So if this weird angle is bothering you, then you feel free to let me know, and I apologize in advance if it is bothering you, or in case it is bothering you, I apologize in advance, or maybe not in advance, but I apologize sincerely, because I don't mean to wreck your video watching experience with the weird angle, but for some reason I just can't I can't seem to get it to stand proper when it's not at the angle it's at right now. And every time I try to straighten it, it wants to go, nope, I'm falling over, bye-bye, I'm out. It's like, come on, dude, technology. But, okay, there's like no zombies left here. But I definitely don't want to just leave. I need to get some stuff. I detest the escort missions, though, man. I detest it. Okay. Get that monkey off your back. Aerosmith, baby. And I'm sure somebody might ask me, who's Aerosmith? It's like, how do you not know who Aerosmith is, kid? I think I'm going to have to go up this way. Nope. I hear something. Oh, it is this way. Okay. There we go. Well, that was a waste. Ooh, that was nice. That's the weirdest thing. It said ammo full, and then it was like, oh, well, you just... I don't know. That's weird. So we probably want to go out of this area pretty soon. We've been in here for a while, and it is... I don't know if it helps anybody else. Oh, it's right there. It's literally... That's what I was looking for. It's right there. Brain rot. Oh. That's my zombie. It's weird. It says brain rot, but it's not green. Usually, I think it's green when you use brain rot on a zombie, and it's it turns it into your ally. I want to say it turns it green, but maybe. Oh, it got rid of his head. That's what it was. That was strange. Yes. So I know that a lot of people have played Call of Duty games, and I am one of those people. I love Call of Duty. It's one of my favorite franchises. It's one of my favorite games, and I know a lot of people don't like it because it's offensive and all that stuff. And again, I don't intend to offend anybody with these games. I don't intend to play. I don't play these games to try to get. I don't ever want to do clickbait. I don't ever want to just play a game just because it's like, oh, well, this will get people riled up and blah, blah. No, I can't stand stuff like that. I mean, I can't stand it when people do that kind of stuff. It makes me crazy. I don't want to play a game just to get a reaction out of. I don't want to be reactionary, and I don't want to just try to make people mad. Element locked. Well, can we do anything? Come on, guys. Let me guess. This is gonna be way too. Yep. Just short. So there's got to be some zombies here. I'm gonna get some. I need to get some upgrades. Funny enough, when I'm walking around, the zombies are on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna get some upgrades before going out to that next map area level, whatever. Oh, heard him. He's in here. How you doing? I didn't mean to do that. Huh? That's weird. Oh, it's because I've already got it. Okay, my brain was like, wait a minute. I can hear the dang machine going off. Oh, right there. Went right past that thing like 5 times. Y'all can see how good I am at noticing my surroundings. Ooh, boy. But yeah, if anybody has any idea about, like, if y'all want to see me play a certain type of game, I do have that Xbox Game Pass thing, so I can pretty much try a lot of different games. I'm just kidding, we're going out. We're going into the area. But I typically, I don't do sport. I've tried a few. The only sports games I really play are Tony Hawk, pretty much, like, or skateboarding type games. And I'm not saying I'm good at them. I'm passable, I guess I'd say. But yeah, I don't typically do sports type like baseball, football, and basketball and all that stuff. Again, it's just not my thing. Not against it. It's just I don't get a lot of joy out of it. Because mostly I don't really understand it. And my buddies that love it, man, they love it. I got friends that are big into. One of my buddies he's big into he's big basketball fan. He could tell you. I mean, he's like a basketball historian though. He's not just a fan. He's one of those guys who could tell you like the way I am about firearms and especially like the historical relevance of firearms. The way I am about that, that's the way he is about basketball. He could tell you. Funny enough, he's actually military himself. Really, he's a good guy. I mean, we don't agree on everything all the time, but he's helped me a lot as well as a friend. We worked together at my first job for a while, and that's how we met. And turned out we actually had a lot of mutual buddies. But he could tell you everything about basketball. I mean, he could tell you everything about any player's stats, any player's. I mean, he'd tell you about who's married to who's been playing the longest, who's got the highest. I don't know how they do it. I know in baseball they have batting averages or RBIs or whatever that is. But I don't know what the equivalent for that is in basketball or football or baseball. Or I know there's like football has the yard. What is it? They'll talk about how many yards, like the max amount of yards somebody's run in a season or whatever. And that's, I think, for college and pro and all that stuff. And they'll tell you like, oh, this person's run. I'm probably getting strong. Had 3,000 cumulative yards or whatever in the last however many season in like 3 seasons or whatever. And again, I'm apologize if I've butchered the terminology or the accuracy of that kind of, like, if that's actually able to even happen. I don't even know. Dude, stop admiring the weapon and just let me shoot. Golly, I hate that. Again, a pardon for the language. I don't like all the language in games. Or the first time I remember hearing somebody curse in a video game, I think was actually in the Tony. I almost said the Buffy video game that came out back in '03, which I was a big Buffy fan for a long time, so that's Chaos Bleeds, baby. But that's the title of the game. I mean, but I think the first time I recall hearing somebody curse in a video game was in the Tony Hawk games. Was in Tony Hawk's Underground 2, if I recall correctly. I may be wrong, but that's what I seem to recall. First hearing a curse word in a video game. So when they say things like, I don't like the fact they cuss in video games, I don't like the fact that, I'm not most people, it's like, oh, little kids should be monitored with what they play and all that all the time, and yes, parents should be responsible, but I don't like that there's kids that play these games and hear people say mean stuff to them on the headsets and all that and call them names and stuff. But funny enough, I hear the little kids say some of the worst stuff when I have heard things, I mean. But I've been very lucky when I've played with other people. I've been lucky enough to, most people I've played with online have been actually surprisingly very friendly and very welcoming to new players and welcoming to people who are just new again, I was new to the whole concept of online gaming until fairly recently. And when I say new to the concept of online gaming, I mean like I played online games on my phone and stuff, but like Xbox Live and all that, I didn't have that for a while. I have a tendency to start things late in life, or get into things much later in life than other people. And but I've been very, I guess, blessed or lucky to be, whichever way you want to look at it. I'd say blessed to have been to play with some really nice people who are really patient with people who are newer at the whatever game you may be playing. Why can I not jump out the window? That is so weird. Usually you can jump out the window. But yes, I've been very, like I said, lucky, blessed, whatever you would call it, to play with some people who were real nice and real. A lot of them really helpful with, oh, you're new to this, so here's how you they give me good tips and advice and real helpful towards newer players. Oh, it makes my stomach drop. What is this thing on my... Oh, that's that weird laser beam thing. What in the world? So you can't get any... Oh, that's right. It's a wonder weapon or whatever. Can't get any more ammo. Ooh, I'm going with flame. Oh, heck yeah, flamethrower. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I need to get that. Let me get that.
I'll show my allies how to win a battle.
Question is, how does one get up there? That is so weird. Yeah, forget it. I'm gonna waste my time trying to get that thing. So, yes, sorry about the long silence there. I got kind of, I have a tendency to get a bit hyper-focused on what I'm doing sometimes. Yes, so I do know that a lot of people really don't love this game. And what I mean by that is a lot of parents really didn't like it when it came out. I think I can't remember which one it was. I don't mean this particular game. I'm talking about the franchise. A lot of people, it was controversial, and I know there was some mission that was very, very controversial in, I can't remember if it was in the first Modern Warfare game or the remake of Modern Warfare, but I know it was one of them that, that a lot of, I want to say it was one of the Modern Warfare games, and a lot of people got really offended by this one particular mission that I'm not even going to mention because I know some, or you know, oh well, it's probably not going to get me banned. It's called the No Russian mission, and a lot of people got very, 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 very offended at that. And it was very, I don't know the exacts, I don't know everything happened, but I know that it was very controversial, and I think that I think it may have had something to do with it was very similar to an actual, something that had happened on an actual mission, and people said that, or that they should say that they assumed happened in an actual military something that happened on one particular actual military operation that people really didn't know much about because they weren't even allowed to talk about that kind of stuff for a while. Oh no. Well, that was a waste. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Ran out of ammo. Oh, I need to sell something. Where is this? Oh, he's over here. Yeah, so that was weird. You can't I guess you have to spend a lot of money to reload that that particular wonder weapon. Yes, so it is weird when you don't have the rounds-based gameplay, though. When you got used to that, like I said, I was playing this back when, again, I guess it's been 12 years now. It was I was playing it, or wait, hang on, no. Or yeah, I guess that was 12 years ago. When the Call of Duty, when Black Ops came out. can't.
HVT down, Major. Our work is done here. Another good kill, Strike Team.
Give me that.
I'll send a message. Beacon location has been identified.
Beacon location has been okay. I know I just heard something. Yes, so I remember playing these when I was, or some Call of Duty game when I was younger, and a lot of people don't like that it has, apparently Call of Duty's gone through many changes over the years. Again, these games have been around for, I think the first game actually came out in, and again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say the first game came out sometime in 03 or either 02 or 03, and I'm very likely wrong about that, but that's what I seem to recall reading somewhere. Because I think that it just celebrated its like 20th anniversary of being its 20th anniversary as a franchise is what I'm trying to say. So Call of Duty's been around for a bit, and like I said, I know there's a big thing about the fans of it's Call of Duty versus, it's like people are like Call of Duty versus Battlefield and Call of Duty versus Medal of Honor, and people are always saying, well, which one is more realistic and which one is more fun and all that. And I'm like, well, I guess it depends on your. As for the more fun part, I'd say that probably just depends on your viewpoint. But the more realistic part, I guess there is probably some what's the word I'm looking for? There's probably some relevance. There's probably some legitimate science behind some of that, I think. But yeah, I remember that. Still can't get my armor up. That's so weird. I want to freeze him this time.
Yours especially.
I had a feeling I saw somebody else over there. Let's see, anybody else? Nah, I'm not wasting my time on that. And we're off. Yes, so like I said, I've been playing these games for a long time, and I think it's interesting that there is so much controversy around video games and so much controversy around what's okay and what's not, and it's like, I'm not saying there's never a call for it, and I'm not going to say there's never a need for maybe looking at things in a certain way and saying, hey, maybe this is not the best idea, but all the video game bans stuff drive me crazy, and again, I don't want to get political about anything, but if you're constantly trying to ban video games because you're afraid of what people are playing, and it's like, especially if it's like a harmless game, like when it's like, I don't know, like a kid's game or something, and you're trying to, like, they don't really have anything and you're just looking for stuff, the people that do that, I think, need to get a life. The people that try to ban video games, really try to ban anything as long as it's not really harmful, at least, it's like, man, chill. But yeah, I'm not saying I don't understand where they're coming from ever, but sometimes it's like, man, it's just like, I mean, they tried to ban, I think it was when I was a kid, there was an attempted ban on one of the, if I recall, I mean, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say there was an attempted ban on one of the Star Wars games because they said it was, they thought somebody said a bad word in one of the games or something, which is very rare for Star Wars. But, and if anybody knows what really happened, or exactly what happened, I mean, I just heard there was something about one of the Star Wars games causing a lot of controversy. What? Dude, down already. Now I gotta find myself. So I've been trying to do for 30 years is find myself. Oh man, I hate when that doesn't work. That should be a one. I really need to get that. It's there. I think there's another knife you can get at some point, but if I need to get whatever that other knife is, because this thing ain't working. Oh, I hear something. Essence, baby. Yes, I know that, like I said, I know a lot of parents really don't like their kids playing these games, and I'm not going to say I don't. I totally understand where you're coming from. But I also think there's a lot of alarmism going on about video games, and now they're trying to make people want to make rules about kids can only play video games for a certain amount of time each day, and that to me that's just seems really stupid to me, honestly. Got him. Oh, just wasted around. If anybody knew about the whole Twisted Sister thing, there was a very similar incident where somebody tried to get their music banned or ban one of their CDs or something, and they actually went and talked to, again, I don't like politics, but they thought it was interesting, they went all the way before, I think it was either, I can't remember if it was Congress or the Senate, but they talked to some government body that, and said that the person making the accusations was the only one who was seeing all this bad content in their music, or these bad whatever it is in the music that was so bad. I don't know if you call it bad content or bad ill intent towards whatever. I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. Oh man. Let me guess. This is going to cost a lot. 10,000. Wow. But yeah, I remember with the video game stuff, I think it was Resident Evil, and there was some game that, I mean, shoot, I think it was and I said I wasn't controversial, but and I don't mean to be controversial. I'm saying from what I remember reading and seeing in video interviews and such, footage of video interviews, I want to say there was something where maybe Street Fighter got into some trouble back in, like, I mean, it's a long time ago. It was like maybe in like, I'm guessing it was in the 90s, but it was like Street Fighter 2, I think it was Street Fighter 2, and there was some big controversy over one of the characters. But again, if anybody knows anything about it, or knows more about it than I do, I mean, feel free to chime in the comments. But I seem to remember there was some big controversy with Street Fighter, I think. But it seems anytime especially a new type of game comes out, there's usually going to be controversy about it. Just like with music, anytime a new type of music comes out, there's going to be controversy. It's kind of it seems, I should say, it seems unavoidable. And again, I am not here to tell anybody what to believe. That's not my job. My job is to try to entertain you guys with this stuff and create content. My job is not to tell anybody what to think. But I will say I very much enjoy these games. I very much enjoy FPS games. I enjoy fighting games. I enjoy hack and slash type games. In fact, I'm actually thinking my next video is probably I'm tempted to do Devil May Cry because I love Devil May Cry. And that game also, I'm sure, has caused its fair share of controversy over the years. But I love Devil May Cry. It's one of my favorite types. It's one of my favorite genres. It's, I mean, as the hack and slash and beat 'em up type genres. Some people even say they should create a new, they're not create, but there's some people who call it extreme combat games, if I recall correctly. Or describe it that way, I guess. No, we're actually getting some stuff. Oh, this is going to be not fun. So, yeah, and I'm thinking about my next, like I said, stream. My next video, I'm very tempted, and I might even do it. You know what? If I've got time, I might. Whenever I'm done with this, if I do it tonight, I might. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I'm thinking I might end up doing it tonight because I love Devil May Cry. Really? So you can't just reload. You actually have to pay to they really want you to pay for that one. Follow that, whatever it is. It's gotta be up top there. Yep. See, you always, I've learned you always want to, if you have to chase, even if you have to chase this, whatever it is down, this orb thing, you always want to do so because, there we go. I swear I just saw it. Oh, it disappeared. Ain't that a kick in the head? Huh. Interesting. Oh, there's something over there I want to get, probably. Yeah, so, sorry about the long silence. I got real focused there. Prolonged silence, I guess sounds smarter. Can't believe this thing costs so much. I guess it is a wonder weapon, though. I mean, it is, and it's a, what is it, whatever gold tier wonder weapon or whatever. So I guess you shouldn't expect it to be cheap to reload it. I do need to get a revive thingy. If I can find where to get that thing. Yes, so this game I do know was, or I should say, I know that a lot of people probably, I mean, I know I've got friends that are into this kind of game, and I know a lot of people are into these kind of games, and but I was kind of hesitant to do this one because I thought, well, somebody's going to say it's controversial or it's inappropriate or whatever. And it kind of seems that anytime any game comes out, it's immediately, any cartoon or video game or whatever, it's immediately considered inappropriate. And I think that's a bit unfair because it's like, and I died.
Strike to do read. Damn, we lost them.
Well, I didn't do too bad. Whoa! Look at that, kids. 603 eliminations, but I own less than half of them were criticals. That's one of the reasons I didn't get point. I gotta focus on the criticals is what I always tell myself. But we're not gonna just give up. We're gonna do another round because I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try a different tactic. But yes, I do find these games enjoyable. But it's interesting that there's so much. Like division over video games, and when I say that I do mean between non-gamers and gamers. What the heck? Oh, we got some. Oh, we got a new mic. We got a new optic. What? Oh. Yeah, that has, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one there. That's, yeah. So we're gonna try again, but we're gonna use a different firearm. We're gonna go for we're gonna do Outbreak Collapse. I'm gonna use the probably gonna use the grenade launcher. I can't remember what's that called, M72 or something. M79. Pardon my pardon my inaccuracy in the inaccurate identifying of the weapon. Yes, so sorry if I'm having these long bouts of silence. I've been playing this for a while, and let's do. Well, we do Zoo. Yeah, let's do Zoo. Zoo's good. I get a little too, for this game in particular, I get really focused on it, and I get a little bit too into it. And again, I apologize if I walk in front of the camera. I don't even want to show my face, so y'all might see the first shot of me being just this weird, seeing my legs or something as I'm walking by the camera. And so if I got in front of the camera, I'm sorry there. Got in front of the camera there, I'm sorry about it. But yes, I do enjoy this game, but I know a lot of people that are probably gonna be I do have a lot of friends that play these kinds of games, and I think that is one of the cool things, is it seems to be more acceptable. I probably said this in a previous video. It seems to be more acceptable for adults to play video games nowadays than it was back when I was a kid, or back when I was even in the last, no, I'm gonna say 10, no, it's for the last 10 years, so I guess it has been more acceptable for adults to play video games. But so maybe within the last 20 years, it's, you know, for over the last 20 years, it was, you know, I guess frowned upon for adults to play video games or watch cartoons or whatever. But I always tell people, you know, if it's something that makes them happy and they're not hurting other people, maybe people should just leave each other alone about it. You know, if you like to, it's the same thing with, you know, anything.
Bad news.
if you like playing video games and you're not hurting anybody, man, this lady's voice. Sorry, I hear it too much. But if you like playing video games and you're not bothering anybody with it, then why should anybody have a problem with it? You know, that's my way of thinking. I mean, if you're into baseball or football, I mean, I'm not into it, but I'm not gonna tell you you can't be. It's interesting to me that so many people seem to have such a problem with video games. How in the world did that only get... Dang it. Whoa, I hate that. Oh, it's not a good sign. Yep, so that was not good. Yes, I know I'm messing up. We gotta get some more ammo. Yep, we're about to get killed. I don't know what that was. So yeah, sorry about the prolonged silence there, kids. But we gotta find some ammunition. We're up the creek. There's something. I probably don't have the money to. There we go. Ooh, it's blue too. You definitely don't want to revive in a circle of enemies. That's just foolish. Here we go. Try to stop me now. How you like me now? Bow, bow. How you like me now? Bow, bow. Booyah! Gotta love a tank, right?
Stay away from me.
Stay in the tank. That's the way to do it. Some people say this is cheap, but you know what? I like it.
More nameless dead.
Takes way too long to reload, though. That really.
Moving. You have more incoming.
How did I miss that shot?
My bad.
There we go, kids. Yes. Yeah, I guess the tank is kind of cheating, but it sure is fun, ain't it? Pardon my bad grammar. Ah, crud. Yeah, Tempest thing is frustrating because and we got killed.
Strike team, come in. Do you read?
Like immediately. Great. But we got 95 kills. I guess I could have done a lot worse, but that was not my best. That was not my best work, but it wasn't my worst. So I'm not gonna complain about it. But I will, or I should say, I'm not gonna whine about it. But I'll just say it's not my was not my best work. I'm that's on me. I should have probably run off when I had a chance, but like I said, I don't want this video to be obscenely short, but I know a lot of people don't want it to be, so we're not gonna do that again. So let's do what is it? Forsaken Solo Outbreak. Here we go. Outbreak. Let's see if we get some let's do 3 region, and let's see if we get some buddies, because I don't want to do endless. I want to be able to actually be done with the game eventually. We're getting some buddies to help us out, hopefully. But yes, we've got well, maybe we don't want to do it that way. Let's do endless, and maybe there'll be somebody playing. But yes, there is a it is odd because it's like sometimes when I do this, it'll be like immediately there will be like a ton of different. Oh, well, there's somebody. I think I may have actually played with this guy before. That name looks familiar. I may be wrong. Hoping none of them are doing the whole. I'm not against using the what is it called? The headset or anything, but I'm hoping none of them are sticklers about wanting people to use a headset. Huh, that's really weird. He must have not wanted to get picked. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, I'm 160. I forgot I was 160 on there. No, that's not me bragging. I just forgot. But this guy, I was like, oh, he's 159. And then I was like, oh, we're one level away from each other. Cool. I'm not even going to try to read those names. Draji beats Mabaku and Brahim the Buff. Okay, those are pretty cool names. I mean, I didn't even come up with my name. A buddy of mine did when I first got my Xbox. Or when I first got my Xbox Live is what I mean. It took me a while to get into that whole thing. I've probably said in a previous video. But yes, I probably will stick to the. I'm not going to just do FPS games, but those of you, and I'm at least decent. I'm not going to say I'm good at them because obviously I get wailed on a lot. If you guys have seen me play games, I'm probably going to. I'm actually planning to do a Devil May Cry, DMC Devil May Cry 5 video eventually, and I'm hoping if I don't do it not long after this one, I want to do it within the next few weeks at least. And if there's Devil May Cry fans out there, I know a lot of people have been bashing I shouldn't say that. I heard a lot of people bash the other, what was it, Devil May Cry 4, I think people really didn't like for some reason. I loved it. I wasn't great at it, but I loved it. But yes, I'm going to probably be doing my next video will probably be a Devil May Cry video, and do the, I can't remember what it's called, like the Tower of something. It's some kind of like endurance mode type thing, and I'm probably going to try to do that for my next video, because I've been wanting to do a Devil May Cry video, and see, I'm hoping my face isn't getting in the camera there, because I'm telling people I'm not wanting to show my face and for a while. But yes, here we go on
Outbreak zone. Ready to
Outbreak, whatever this is called.
Our disruptor satellite has good alignment. Ready to breach.
Can't remember what this is called off the top of my head now.
Our team's en route to the uplink. We'll bring the dimensional disruptor online.
So, do you not get long shot kill with this? I guess that wasn't a long shot. I guess that's the whole point. To no armor. That's interesting. Oh, there's a bike. Yes, so the reason, like I said, the reason I'm using this, I know a lot of people probably don't really love the, or I should say I know that, but I'm guessing a lot of people may not really love this grenade launcher type weapon, but I'm trying to get everything like, what's the word I'm looking for, leveled up, trying to get all the weapons and gear leveled up, maxed out, whatever you want to call it, but, or I guess maxed out would be a better descriptor than just leveled up, because, I mean, yeah. What stinks is it seems that whenever I'm using it, there's never like a horde of zombies to smash into at once, so it's kind of strange. But I did get some double points, so that was nice. Oh my goodness, I almost fired. I thought that was a zombie. I am not the sharpest sword in the box sometimes, kids, if you haven't been able to tell that yet. I don't know how that only got one of them. Or took out one of them, I guess. That's funny that he says that, because I actually wrote a poem with a line like that in it a long time ago. 4 critical kills. How did I even get a critical kill in the first place? That's my question. What did I do? Punch him in the head? If anybody understands how in the world I got a critical kill earlier, please explain it to me, because I do not know. Ooh, we almost missed that, didn't we? Yeet! Up top. I can hear something. I don't know what it is. Shotgun. Ooh, shotgun.
To do my part, I must first be armed.
No armor. That is very strange. There's like a no armor thing. That if anybody else can explain that to me, I'd appreciate that too, because I don't understand why in the world there's a no armor thing here. Yes, so we have, what to me looks like we're having some pretty decent teammates here. Ooh, I think that's ammo. Which is nice, because I've had some times where I've played games, I don't mean to bash anybody, but I've had times where I've had not such great teammates. Y'all want to get this, or,
Who could use a loot chest?
I'm not going to be the one making that decision, because I don't want to tick everybody off, because I'm sure somebody will be like, man, why did you do that? Surprised nobody's on the mic being mean to each other. I mean, but like I said, I've actually been lucky. I've played with a lot of folks who are actually pretty nice. There's a lot more unity out there, I think, than people want to believe. Especially in the gaming community of all things. I mean, I've played with people and they're some of the friendliest folks I've ever talked to. And it's like maybe basic manners aren't as extinct as what the media and some people would have you believe. Which, I mean, and from what I've experienced, I mean, that's pretty nice. That people can actually be civil towards each other, because it seems like that's, if you look at all the stuff on social media and on the news, it just seems like that's dead. Darn it. I hate hellhounds. Got it. 2, 1. Did anybody else ever hear that and makes them think of iCarly? I used to love that show. Yes, sir.
Looks like it's not alone.
Better. He always jumps at the worst time.
Leaving an energy trail. Follow it. Not die alone. Target reacquired southeast of your position.
Oh, save some for the rest of us, buddy. Okay, where we at? Yeah, you ever play? I mean, I don't say again. I do not say it's fashion, but you play with. I think they call them tryhards, and they get way too into it, and then it's like, come on, guys, chill. But yes. Oop. Ugh. Man, I will say these guys are pretty good. Actually, very good. Oh, wait. What is that? What was that?
Keep moving. Follow that energy trail.
Could have swore something just hit me. That was weird. Yes, it's actually at times can be more fun playing these kinds of games with other people. I've noticed, but it is very interesting to me that adults who have such a big problem with video games. Well, that didn't do much of nothing, did it? Crud, I'm gonna get killed if I don't get some help. Ooh, I got him. Thank you.
Another good kill, Striking.
Whoa, we got a lot of points out of that, didn't we? Thanks so much.
Has been identified.
Good timing, huh? And that, my friend, shows you the value of a good teammate. Oh, yeah. What is that? Thought that was a gun. I mean, yeah, I said gun. Hopefully that doesn't scare people. Oh, you gotta go there. Yeah, we want to do some pack-a-punch or whatever it's called. For sure. think it should be up here. If it's not, I'm going to be very confused. I'm not going to say, I'm going to be ticked. Did you vote? No. That's just asinine. Orion 777. I don't know why in the world I just went ham like that and just started launching off shells like that. I'm sorry for anybody who had to witness that poor trigger discipline. Oh, 10 rounds, it's not too bad for a shotgun, from what I understand at least. I don't know as much about shotguns as I do about others. I've fired shotguns maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole life. I will say it's not as scary as people try to make it out to be in the books, though, where it roars back and the recoil is like abusive. At least with a, I think I fired a KSG-12 and real KSG-12, which was also featured in a Call of Duty game. And I fired a, I don't know, it was a beautiful gun though. It was an over and under, like double barrel over and under, which means one barrel's on top of the other. I guess like a bird hunting shotgun. I can't remember if it was a Browning or a Remington or what, but it was a very, very beautiful gun. Real pretty wood stock and really, really nice gun. And I think that one was, I think it was a 20 gauge. It didn't have very much recoil. The other one was a 12. The KSG-12 had some recoil for sure. But man, I really got to upgrade this stuff. But yeah, we which one do I want to get? I want to get, oh, fast reload for sure. This shotgun for sure. I kind of wish they'd make this a mag-fed shotgun. I don't know, I guess that'd be too easy, and I guess it'd be... If the shotgun's supposed to be so powerful in these games, I guess it'd be unfair if you can reload that quickly. Ah, crud. I don't know how I did all that, but thank you. Whether that was a glitch or whatever, I appreciate all those. I don't know if they're extra rounds or if it's a glitch or what it is, but whatever it is, thank you. Wait a minute. Is he on the roof with a motorcycle? What is that? But yes, I also am planning to, I'm not, as most of you know, I don't show my face on video, but I am planning to maybe get a, whenever I learn how to do some video editing, I might show, not my face, but I'm thinking about getting a mask and just doing like a kind of a faceless YouTuber thing, just to, you know, I guess if somebody really wanted to try, they could find out my identity. I don't know, I'm not going to get into all that because I don't understand it and I'm not going to pretend to, but, there we go. Whoa, 17 rounds. Not too bad for a shotgun, huh? But yeah, we I'm thinking about, let me know what y'all think in the comments about that idea about me doing like a mask or something, because I'm just not ready to show my face on video yet. And again, I don't know enough about video editing. I'm trying to learn. I've got friends who can do it. In fact, I've got a relative who can do it. And I'm gonna maybe get them to do some video editing for me where I can do like show my actual person. Again, not my whole face, because I'm not ready to show my entire face yet on video, because it seems a little more risky than it's worth, than anything it would be worth. So man, everything's so expensive. yeah, I do find it interesting. They have all these different forms of currency, I guess, in the game, and I don't know what it's like. Salvage and let me see. It was salvage and I'm not sure. There's salvage and something. There's salvage and Z-Bucks or whatever it's or Z. I don't know. It's supposed to be like the dollars, I guess, that they give. And then there's salvage, and then there's something else. And if I'm wrong, if there's just two different types of salvage, feel free to tell me. But I know there's one that looks like it's in a box, and there's one that it looks like stuff in like an open box. And then there's another thing that looks like it's just like a weird collection of gears and cogs and like car parts, I guess. But if anybody understands the difference between those two, feel free to let me know, because I'm not sure. But I know there's a big thing about getting salvage to pay for stuff in this game, and I know that that's like the currency or whatever instead of just dollars, like in the old when I first played Zombies. I think it was in. Actually, I don't know which game it started in. I want to say it was World at War. Again, if you know, feel free to let me know when the whole Zombies mode started. But I want to say it was World at War, but I'm very likely wrong. Save some for me, guys. I can hear something. I don't know why I guess it's because my theory is it's because it'd be unfair for you to be able to upgrade the grenade launcher and make it more powerful, because it's already pretty dang. I guess we'll say it's overpowered. Well, I was gonna help. You didn't need it apparently. Okay, so what is this? Come on, guys, let me get something. These guys are good. I ain't saying that. I ain't making fun of anybody. I ain't being sarcastic. These guys are really good. So yes, I think that if whenever I do my next, let me know. I've got a lot of games. I do mostly FPS games, but I also do action. I do a lot of like beat 'em up type stuff. So I'm thinking about doing Devil May Cry. But if y'all want to see a certain type of game for my next video, let me know. But can't believe I had to do that. Ooh, what's this? That's helpful. Thank you, whoever did that. But yes, so I'm thinking about doing Devil May Cry because I love Devil May Cry. It's one of my favorite games. Again, I'm not great at it. I'm okay. I'm passable, I guess, but I'm not any kind of virtuoso. But if y'all want to see a different game, feel free to let me know in the comments. But missed it by that much. Man, that grenade does not do good for the dogs, does it? But yes, I will say I try not, like I said, I try not to be offensive, but if I am kind of worried that me doing Devil May Cry may offend some people because, well, pretty much some people are just gonna be offended by any game you do because they think you're trying to be famous, and I'm not trying to be famous, so I don't even show my face, right? So I think for my next, if I don't do it later tonight after this one, I'm probably gonna do it sometime within. I plan to do it within the next. I shouldn't say that. I'm not making any promises. But I would like to do it within the next, sometime this week or next week. So if anybody has any suggestions for different games I could do, like I said, I don't really do sports games, but I do FPS games and hack and slash and beat 'em up and fighting games and things like that. But if y'all bear with me one moment. Hello. Good. I was doing my next video. Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yep. And if y'all bear with me, family thing. Yeah, I did. I did because they were bugging me earlier, so I did it like right before you got home. I'm doing pretty good about it. Well, no, I'm saying like I can feel it still wet. But yeah, I did. And it was bugging me so much today that I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. Sorry about the interruption there. I am one of those millennials, like I said, I'm one of those millennials lives with his parents, so we have to sometimes have conversations, and so yeah, there's that. Is this thing? I don't understand why you can't. Again, I don't understand why you can't do stuff with the grenade launcher, like have maybe two in the. And again, I may be wrong, but I seem to recall one of the games, in one of the Call of Duty games, you could use it was like a double-barreled grenade launcher. I remember, I used to think one of the grenade launchers was a shotgun that just had a weird effect.
Your team has been eliminated. Looks like they were preparing a specimen for processing.
I think it may have been this one, or if it wasn't this one, it looked a lot like this one.
Station will initiate genetic data transfer.
Well, thanks for that, dude. I wanted those. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. That's harsh. I'm not sure where we're going here, but I'll find out eventually. I hope. Yes, so if anybody has any suggestions for like newer games that I maybe haven't heard of, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to get your suggestions. I'd love to get your feedback. What was this? Ooh.
When that moment comes, I will be ready.
I don't think. Is that one? Okay, so that one's already maxed out anyway, so I think. I don't know where I'm going. I can hear the big guy, but I can't see him. Yes, but like I said, if anybody has any suggestions for different games, I'd love to hear them, and I would love to hear your suggestions for what like newer games are out that I maybe. I mean, just feel free to leave any suggestion as long as you're civil about it. I mean, feel free to leave whatever your idea is in the comment section below. Why is everything so expensive?
Station until upload is complete.
Gas station is under attack. Keep it back.
Oh, it's up there. Oh man. Well, that didn't do much, did it?
Remarkable. It is communicating. That translates to more man is on the way.
Oh man, this is so frustrating. Don't you just love a mag-fed gun? Well, that didn't work. Dude. Do not... Don't you always hate it when they pretend they don't see you? When you have teammates that they pretend they can't see what you're doing, or that you're on the ground or whatever.
Specimen analysis complete.
But these guys actually are pretty... I'm not going to bash. These dudes are pretty decent teammates. I've had a lot worse.
Our lab boys will appreciate it.
Yeah, I've had guys that...
Nearby. Activate when ready.
We played a game one time and this guy... I mean, every 10 seconds you get knocked down and this guy would just kind of walk on by like he didn't even see you. Yeah, so I kind of want to stick with this probably because I want to get the... I want to get that thing leveled up. What am I doing? Man, these guys are pretty good. I've only got 24, or no, you know, I read that wrong. Yeah, I've got, I thought I said I had 24 kills. I thought there is no way I only have 24 eliminations or whatever. Dog.
I release you from your curse.
Oh, he didn't leave anything. Interesting. Like I said, if anybody has any FPS games that they would like to see me play or that I may not know about, feel free to let me know because I'd love to get some new games to try. Oh my goodness, no. I keep forgetting when you get the upgrades, it's going to cost you more to get the what is it called? The ammo refill or whatever. Setting waypoint where, dude? Oh. Huh. I know one thing, we don't want to go through the... Well... Look how creepy this... Look how dark it is down here. That is so unpleasant, isn't it? I hope this isn't... If this is showing as black screen on y'all's thing, I'm very sorry. Oh, there we go. Hey, how you doing?
Looks good to me.
Alright.
It saddens me that violence is
Well,
often
actually, you know what? Let's stick with that. I need to get...
This meets my standards.
I guess I need to get that... Where'd they go? Can you get that leveled up, I guess. If any of y'all just saw my face, I'm terribly sorry you had to look at that. Like I said, I'm not planning on showing my face on camera very much yet until I get comfortable. It's going to take a bit. I'm still very new at this. Hopefully I'll be putting out more content, but I mean content. Whoa. Dang it. Thanks for leaving me alone, guys. Oh, I hurt myself. Look at that. Help, y'all. How in the world are they going to put your Megaton there and then you can't get away from it easily? That's... What are they doing up there? Looks like they're goofing off. Sorry, I shouldn't be so cynical, but like you can't really appreciate a good teammate enough, and when you get one who doesn't want to help, it's kind of... Not saying it to bash anybody, but I know I've had a lot of teammates that really don't treat their teammates very well at all. No, we haven't. Well, I guess not. No, actually, no. I guess I keep me alive longer than it would have, but. What are we doing? Oh, there's something up there, ain't there? Yes, I do enjoy this game, but I do not like how the I don't like how complex certain parts of it are. But I also, it's weird. It's like some of it is very simplistic, which I actually do enjoy, and then there's other parts that are like, what is going on? Essence, y'all. One of our guys seems to have dropped out. Thought there were 4 of us. I believe there were. He must have dropped out of the game. Okay, what's the goal here, guys? I don't know where my teammates went, but it is frustrating trying to find your teammates and then they just disappear. Oh, they're over there. And I don't mean they disappear on their own. I mean sometimes I think there's glitches that cause people to disappear from the game. I've had it happen before. Ah, crud. Thank you. Okay, so they didn't just bail out on me. Shouldn't be so cynical, I guess. Can hear one of those dogs. Okay, so I don't know what we're going towards, but we're going towards something. So yeah, I think that with this game, it's one of those games that's kind of addictive. It's like you could play this game for, if you're into this kind of game, at least you could probably play this game for hours. Where is the... Do we actually have a plan here, or are we just kind of going willing? Oh, he's going for the... Oh, never mind. Go back. I thought he was going for that. Whatever that thing, that shiny thing is going into the sky there. He did that. He made quick work of those guys, didn't he? I keep forgetting I've got 14 rounds in this thing in the internal magazine or whatever.
The more ghouls there are, the more I must kill.
Hmm.
The locks. I cannot get out.
No, I'm not messing with that right now. Yeah, sorry about the prolonged silence. I get a little. This is one of those games I get a little too focused on. Yes, it's one of those weird things. Like I get way too into it.
They know. They have even-made flesh. No aspirin would fix that.
Hmm. These guys are really good. Somebody please kill that thing. Whatever it is. That orb thing, I mean. As I was saying, I knew I had to do some ammo. Hmm? What the heck just hit? Oh, they're throwing whatever it is zombies throw at you. Yes, so where are we going now? Because I really don't feel like doing it. Come on.
Two remain.
Nice. Shoot. Hey, kitty. Yeah, the cat got in. So... Man, these guys are really good. Wait a bit. Where you going, Q? Yeah, I don't know where that other. I don't know why I'm using the. I don't know why I'm trying to use a sniper rifle that close up. Is this the last one? Thank goodness. Dang it. Well, that didn't work. Give me that armor. I don't know why it wouldn't give me the armor. That's weird. Well, where is it? Somebody please get it. Yes, I always hate doing this part because it's just not fun having to deal with this thing whacking into you every 10 seconds and doing massive damage. Thank you. Holy snowballs. There we go.
I can't fight a battle empty-handed.
I'm going to stick with that M60 for now. Yes, so if anybody has any ideas for, like, let me know some of your favorite games, especially FPS games and fighting games. Did we get out of the car? We got out of the car, okay. Save some for me, guys. Right through the... Yes, I do enjoy this game. I know that a lot of people are not going to like it because it's a shooting game, and someone's going to say that it's... Or I shouldn't even use that term, probably someone's going to say it's hate speech or something. But it's an FPS game, and people are going to say it's offensive and all that stuff, and that's never my intention. I just want to find a game I enjoy, you know? So if it's, you know, considered sensitive for me to use this, then I'm very sorry if that offends you, but I'm not doing anything, I'm never going to do anything with my videos to intentionally offend anybody. That's just not me, you know? Man, that guy just will not go down. How cool would that be if I had made it? How awesome would that have been if I had knocked that guy loose? But yes, I think that with this game, I'm not great. I'm not terrible. I'm kind of mid. I'd say if I'm, and I'm not saying that to. I'm not saying this as like a false. What is this guy doing? As like a false sense of humility or whatever. I just know I'm not great at this. I'm not as good at this game as I could be, is what I'm trying to say. And what is up there? Oh, you know what? I totally forgot what was up there a minute ago. Yeet. Oh, I thought that was a door. I literally was like, that's a door. Nope. Are we going? Or what are you doing, you guys? What's the move? Okay, upgrade weapon. We're not allowed to. I don't know why. Oh, because I don't have enough stuff. Right. Is that a suppressor? Yeah, it's got a suppressor on it, looks like. Yep, suppressor. I'm sure y'all know if you've ever heard, if anybody's ever actually shot the real suppressor, that's not what they actually, at least not with a big round like that. Big, loud, fast round like that. But, it's interesting how they, now again, smaller, like a 22 or something, that might like that, but with like a, well, actually, with a 45, it's actually supposed to be easier to suppress than it is like a 9mm because the 45 is inherently subsonic because it's heavier. But you'll notice you'll hear that little sound that you hear in video games and movies all the time. But again, it also depends on the round because if you try to suppress, like I've heard about people doing suppressors on revolvers, and that's just, I'm not saying it can't work. I've seen suppressors on revolvers, but it is. You'll see them using like. I saw one guy do it with I think it was either a 44 or it was like a special made suppressor. It was like a big round. He was doing like hog hunting or something. And he was using like a 44 or 454, which are pretty big, hefty rounds. Very fast rounds too. So, or at least from what I understand, they're very fast rounds. But especially for being as big as they are. But But he was using like I said, I think he was hog hunting or something, but he was using some kind of suppressed revolver, and I thought it was very interesting. But this guy. Yeah, like I said, sorry for the prolonged silence. I get kind of focused on what I'm doing when I play these games. Hopefully that did something to him. Got him. I don't know if I've ever gotten lightning reflexes before. Thanks. See if I can do any kind of... I'm coming, hang on. Yeah, again, if y'all are, if this bores y'all, then I'm sorry. Let me know what kind of content you'd want to see. This is what I typically play is FPS games and fighting games and action adventure type games. I've thought about actually doing one of the Tony Hawk games, but I have to remember to turn the music off because copyright and whatnot. But I'm not a big sports guy, but I do like, I'm not saying I'm good at skateboarding. I'm saying I like to watch it. I love watching people who are good at it. But boy, am I terrible at real skateboarding. I'm awful. I'm passable, I'd say, at Tony Hawk. I'm not great. But I'm thinking about doing that one also for my, either that, I'm debating, like I said, I'm actually been debating for a while doing that one or Devil May Cry for my next video. And, yes! Got him. Got him, Zeke. Zeke? Oh, no. That's gonna be bad. Huh, that's weird. Last time I did it with the guy like 4 times. I don't know if I ever had to do it this way. But... Oh, we're up the creek. Oh, we got some points on that, didn't we?
Horde threat exterminated. That'll send a message.
Yeah, baby. What? What is that noise? Whoa, what was that? Not sure what I just did, kids, but that's a new one. I don't know what I just did, but I don't... Oh, no. That's what it... Oh, wait, hang on. We gotta get these things. I don't know what that was about, but hey, we got some extra essence or money or whatever it is, currency. Yep. Booyah. Almost had him. Oop. Interesting they didn't call it a Tempest Longshot elimination.
Strauss, your men are down. My team will finish their work. Find and return the Aetherium canisters to the extraction rocket. Aetherium samples are essential to my work. Handle with care. It is not entirely stable. Move quickly. Low quality Aetherium is worthless to me.
Oh, great. Well, that didn't work. Don't run away. I've had more teammates run away when they're doing that. They'll like randomly start and then they'll just run. It's the weirdest thing. Or they'll start reviving you and then they'll randomly run away is what I mean. What I meant to say. Very strange behavior, honestly. Oh man, these Tempest guys are so frustrating. Yes. Oh, come on. There's two of them? Or no, that's the other guy. That's the disciple or whatever. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, so, yep, we're dead. Where are the teammates at? Trying to see if I can sit off it. It'd be cool. I'll tell you. It's interesting. I wish they'd give you like a flare gun or something. Thank you. That'd be cool if they give you a flare gun when you go down. You can shoot it into the air and be like, oh well, there's a teammate down. Let's go save him. Huh? Strange. Hey, these dudes move quick. At least he didn't abandon me. What are we doing? Oh, wow, we blew the truck up. That's interesting. Yes, like I said, I might end up doing another video. Let me rephrase it. I want to end up doing another video. I want to do Devil May Cry because I don't see enough people do that game. And if y'all are not into it, let me know. If y'all are not into the FPS games or the fighting games or any of that stuff, let me know. But that's just what I'm into. I want to know what kind of content y'all want to see. I myself am very into the FPS games and the fighting games and the hack and slash and beat 'em up and all that stuff. The stuff that gets people used to be kind of stuff got people in trouble. Funny enough, but yes, or not funny, but maybe oddly enough, I should say. But yeah, I'm just not as big into like sports stuff. I have tried a few games here and there, baseball. I played a baseball game recently that I was trying to learn. I didn't understand a lick of it, but my brothers, I've got a pretty big family, and man, somebody please kill that thing. Do not get me. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate these things. Why am I the only one getting attacked?